I'm sorry that was so close and personal when that first started. I'm on my phone and I'm in bed, as you can see, or not see, but I am. And it didn't. I never looked that close until I hit record, and then I'm like microscopic close. It's scary. I wanted to make a quick video. I thought I did a day or two ago, and I may have, but I may have not just posted it, and it's in lost video wherever, because it's nowhere on my phone. First of all, I want to thank all of my new subscribers. You guys are subscribing even when I'm not making content. Either my awesomeness is sucking you in, or I'm just teasing. But I do thank you. I thank my new and my old subscribers. My videos aren't nearly as beautiful, well lit. I rarely pre-record. So I'm like a fly by the seat of my pants kind of gal, and anything is liable to happen. Yeah, and I'm not much good on editing, so what you see is what you get. But there are, and I always, when I do videos, especially talking about friends, this is a kitty cat scratch, y'all. My cat got aggressive with me. By the way, y'all that don't already know, my brain is like, it moves like a squirrel inside, but it literally, the body that contains the brain moves like a sloth. So, yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. Anyway, I just want to thank y'all for being my subscribers and for letting people know about my channel and watching me. If you're new, just say hey, you know. Also shoot me an email anytime. There's quite a few of you that I have gotten to know. Some, you know, we talk daily. When I say talk, I'm awful with the phone. Now, when I was 16, you could not get me off the phone. But now I'm like, can you text that to me? I would rather text than talk on the phone any day of the week. And I don't know why that is, because I'm a bad texter even. Maybe eventually I think my bad texting will run people off. I don't know. But I do want to say, as most of you know, this year has been rough, medically speaking. I got a huge diagnosis. My sister-in-law, who I love with all my heart, she's had a lot of stuff go on and still does. It's like, seriously, when we talk to each other, which she's not a texter, but when we talk to each other, it's like, literally, it's like a game of one-up, except it's not a lie. You know how some people, you know, everyone's got that person. I stubbed my toe. Well, I gotta have my leg amputated on the 31st. You know, that there's always that person. Except with me and her, it's like, for real. And every once in a while, she'll say something, and I'm like, well, I ain't never heard of that before. Let me make note, just in case. You never know. Same way with me. I'll be like, well, this is what the doctor said. She's like, well, that's one thing I ain't heard of. And she's heard of a lot, being a volunteer firefighter. I don't know if she can do that now with her health. But, you know, she has been and seen and heard and learned a lot. But I'm sorry. Y'all are really looking at all of me. I got bumps. See, I get distracted. I apologize. Again. And I apologize way too much. But I just want to say that a lot of you are sending me messages. A lot of you are sending me messages at times where I don't sleep well anyway. And some of the medications that can cause drowsiness, usually do, but it's usually drowsy in the brain and not in the hand. So you may get, 5 or 6 words with the letter E in it. In my mind at that time, I'm not talking about I'm high. I'm talking about I'm just not making the connection. That is part of a neurological thing I got going on. But in fact, Jenny, cat scratch. I don't know what that is. That's like, I think demons are coming and scratching me at night. I don't any idea. But anyway, Jenny, crafty creator, please, if you don't know her, go get to know her. She is so freaking hilarious. She is so awesome. Wonderful, wonderful person. She, I was texting her, or she had texted something, and I answered, and it didn't make sense to her, but it made sense to me, and I'm like, well, what's the deal? And she finally answers back and said, well, that was from yesterday's text, but okay, I'm glad you're okay. I mean, she is so funny. I wish you guys all lived close enough where I could just holler out my window, are you okay? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm doing good. Me too. All right, talk to you later. Unfortunately, I don't have any local friends. Now, I have, it's complicated, but anyway, so yeah, I've been having a lot of sickness go on, and a lot of pain issues, from something else, and I call it a flare. I was diagnosed with MS recently, RRMS. I'm not going to go into details of that. You can look that up. There's tons of information. Thank God it was actually something, but tons of information. Because when I got my blood clotting disorder, it was like, what? Now everybody knows about it. My heart thing, the very first time in 94 was when I was diagnosed with the original diagnosis. Since then, it was found that I had a heart defect, which was supposed to have been fixed in 2013 when they did open heart. But anyway, what I'm saying is, what was I saying? See, I'm old. I forget. I have no idea what I was talking about now. Blood clotting disorder, meds, something. Oh, I don't know. It doesn't matter. But anyway, I guess, yeah. What happened the other night as well is with when I have a flare. Now, I call it a flare. It's marker. I would like to find that permanent marker again and mark it, because it is the most permanent. I have scrubbed that with everything. Alcohol, fingernail polish remover, everything. And that marker has been on there for nearly 2 weeks. A week, at least. Anyway, so I have balance issues. And because I have a blood clotting disorder, and now I have a splint, which I'm not wearing, but I have a splint for a thumb wrist issue. It makes it even harder to use my cane with my right hand anyway, so I'm trying to get used to it on my left hand. But I'm right-handed, so I just automatically grab with the right hand. It's just human nature. But the other day was a very bad day for me. Getting dizzy, just multiple symptoms, plus just not feeling well. We've had some kind of bug here that her dad, Sarah's dad, decided to share with her. She decided to share with me. I mean, she loves sharing. And and now she's sick again this morning with the sniffles, so I hope it doesn't go back into that. But anyway, back to the loss of balance. I fell one night and I hurt my booty. When I fall, I very carefully try to assess, once I get up, if there's any broken skin or what part hit the floor. Did I lose consciousness, or was I just how did I have the pass out? How did the pass out happen? Because of the chances of bleeding. And with just me and Sarah here, I do not take chances. I'd much rather make a fool of myself sitting in some ER saying, yeah, I fell, I hit my butt, am I bleeding inside somewhere, than have a bleed and not know about it. Well, I'm not perfect. I just say a whole lot of prayers. But the following night, I passed out again. And I don't remember passing out. I just remember waking up and Sarah saw me this second time. And the second time, I do not know what happened. But the bottom of my left big toe scraped something. And part of the inside. And then part of my right arm, because I landed on my right side. But somehow my leg, I don't know what happened to my leg. And it was in the hallway, so it wasn't even in a room big enough for me to, like, do the splits in, you know? But I was bleeding profusely from this place. I'm sorry, if you don't like blood talk, you might want to stop now. But anyway, there was just a whole lot of blood. A whole lot of blood. And I say we because Sarah always she jumps in there once the shock gets past her. And she's like, oh God, Mom. Or she gets angry with me. Mom, pay attention. That's her stress. And I understand that. And I know it's not anything other than that. But, you know, it scares her. It scares me. And I've got to act like I'm not scared. But when I was bleeding like that, I was like, where is it coming from? It was getting all over the floor. It was, I mean, literally. Anyway, so I finally got up. I don't know how I got up without help because my bones, my knee joints, everything have been hurting for days and days. And I take the minimal amount of my prescription pain medication because the side effects are horrid. And I can't take like ibuprofen type stuff because of my bleeding disorder, and that can cause bleeding. And I just found out my new blood work from being I'm always anemic, but I'm extremely anemic now, to the point to where there's tests that they want to do, and then they want to decide, do we want to do a colonoscopy or not, which I am so excited to think of that. And I said, you know what, they can look anywhere they want to as long as they knock me out. I think I touched on that in the last video or so. But anyway, so we got me back on my bed. I say we because Sarah is so helpful so helpful when things, I love that kid, when things happen. But anyway, so I was back on my bed. I had to lay back because I was like feeling funky, and it wasn't really because the blood, although I handle, if you hurt yourself, cut yourself or whatever, I handle that a lot easier than, oh my God, this is mine, you know. But we wrapped my foot up and all that, and finally it quit bleeding, and I didn't mess with it at all. I might have should have done something, like added some sort of, you know, ointment or whatever, the antibiotic stuff. But the next day, I soaked, I'm not trying to be gross, but I soaked the old stuff off, the dried blood, because it was between my toes, the way I had my foot sitting. When I was laying down, I put my foot up because it was profusely, and I didn't know what was going on, and I thought, oh my God, did I crack my freaking bone? Is it sticking out? I mean, you know what? So there was a lot that made it easier, and I didn't want Sarah to have to do that. So I just said, could you bring me a little bucket? You know, the ones they give you in the hospital. I've got a million of them. They're great for craft projects, putting stuff in. It's 15 minutes already. I'm so sorry. I thought I was going to make a short video. But anyway, so I got it cleaned up, and it looks like it just kind of like a bulldozer type, just kind of bulldozed the first layer of skin. or the under the toe. I have very dry skin in my heel and under my big toe, that one little corner. Being diabetic, I'm extra dry anyway. And I walk barefoot, which I know, being diabetic, I shouldn't, but that thickens it as well. So I think that just kind of skimmed most of that off, which I should feel lucky. But there's nothing broken, you know, and there's nothing to see a doctor about. But it's been a miserable last few days, to say the least, and dealing with Sarah being sick also. And then dealing with her dad, and we had an inspection over here at the apartments, and, you know, I have to pay the neighbor. She came in, I asked her, she actually does housekeeping in a nursing home. And I think she may clean some of the apartments here, but she has some kind of job. It might just be the laundry rooms, I don't remember, but her boyfriend had told me one time what they did, or, you know, the little extra thing they did. But, so I asked her if she could help me out, because, you know, I tried as long as I could to wait and see if somehow a miracle would happen and have extra money, but I don't have the extra money. So it's just coming out of my disability when it comes. Thank goodness. We've known each other the teeny bit over a year that I've lived here. And, you know, we're not friends per se, but she's always been friendly, and me to her. And I asked her, and she was like, absolutely. You know, of course, I have to pay her now. And it's money that I really couldn't afford at all. But I also, being that it is the yearly inspection, I also could not afford a mark by my name. Because I can't, you know, I don't want to look bad at all to the apartments in any way, because these are based on income, and if I had to leave New Boston, I would have to go back to Texarkana, because I don't know anyone any further out anywhere, you know, so, yeah, so now I guess, I don't know, I don't even know what day the 1st is, but if it happens to be on a Saturday or Sunday, which I think it is, I think today is the 30th, disability goes, I have direct deposit. It goes into the bank. If it's on a holiday or on a weekend, it will go into the bank on that Friday, closest to the end of the month, but not past the holiday or the Saturday. So, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I didn't sleep well last night. I don't know if y'all could tell. Probably, because I'm not making any sense, but that's every day. But anyway, if you made this far, God bless. If you didn't, God bless. I understand. But y'all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And do something good for somebody. Let somebody know you care about them. Let a stranger know you care about them. There's a million different ways. But make someone's life a little bit happier. And you guys take care. God bless. Bye-bye.